What if perception is not something mystical, but something trainable? My guest today is Petko Atanassov, and he is the co-founder and practitioner of the Remote Viewing Society. And this is a technique that helps us understand reality in a more accurate way. So most people associate remote viewing with mystery or fantasy. What is remote viewing?
Remote viewing, imagine your mind used as technology. It was developed it was part of military programs and it was developed by the military during the Cold War. But today, remote viewing is just as good as mental tool as any other. Like everything you can imagine is just a mental technique.
I see. When you say mental technique, what does a remote viewer do? How do you do this practice? What does it consist of?
Well, we have a lot of types of remote viewing. In first place, we have to make difference between the methodology which started from the CIA programs from the Pentagon programs, and then we have to make differences between the methodologies that has started after the Cold War. So you have the original military remote viewing, which is very specific technique that is obsolete today. We don't use it. And then you have the remote viewing protocols, the most recent remote viewing protocols that we are still using. This is the so-called controlled remote viewing protocol and the technical remote viewing protocol. You have several other methods, but these two are the main ones. Being we practice in Bulgaria, we practice technical remote viewing. The most of the remote viewers in the world, they're practicing CRV, controlled remote viewing.
Mm-hmm. For someone who doesn't know at all what means remote viewing, like for a beginner, someone who never heard about this, how would you describe what is remote viewing? What do you do? If I am enrolling today to be a remote viewer, what would you tell me? What would you guide me in the beginning? How?
In first place, imagine the first thing you need to have is something to search. Then you have to be conscious about that the human mind is part of a collective human mind. The collective subconsciousness, the so-called collective subconsciousness. We call it the matrix in remote viewing. So imagine that everything, everybody, every single thing that you can imagine, and mostly the created ones, the human-made ones, they have energetic model in this so-called matrix. So this model is accessible from the first moment you think about something. You begin to think about something. From this first moment, you are creating what's the word in English? Like an energetic model of what is going to be created after. Imagine this microphone. Maybe what is this microphone in the first stage of the development of this device? It's just an idea in the head of somebody, right? So when this thing is in the head of somebody, being just an idea, and this engineer maybe start to work to develop the system how this thing is going to be created. From this same moment, the ideal font of this device is accessible. So just by using your mind and these specific protocols I told you, you will be able to obtain almost every kind of information about anything we can imagine. These are situations, anything you can imagine, no limits.
This sounds so intriguing, and this could sound a little bit scary. So, would you say that we could be able to find out things that can happen in another part of the planet, like things that we don't see with our physical eyes. Can we find
Yes.
out such things? Because this sounds like, like spying things
Yes.
or spying to other people.
Well, it was used by the U.S. military to spy the Soviet Union. This is how remote viewing started in the secret programs of the Pentagon and the CIA. During the Cold War, this is the start of remote viewing. It was used like as a spy technique, and the whole history is very interesting. You can find it anywhere in internet. It's public. It's no more secret. Related to your question, yes, as I told you, the human mind, the individual human mind, is part of a most bigger collective human mind. So this collective human mind is accessible from everywhere. The concept of time and distance in remote viewing, for the people who are practicing remote viewing, are like not very real. Okay, the concept of numbers, for example, of exact numbers of the 12th of December of 1079, it's not so accessible. But the so-called metrics, the human collective consciousness, it has like a language that we are trained to use during the remote viewing process. The whole process starts with the so-called target reference numbers. We only have, when we work on remote viewing sessions in TRV, we only have 8 numbers. It can be 8, it can be 10 numbers, 12 numbers, and doesn't matter anymore. Imagine that inside these 8 numbers, someone is able to connect you with something that you don't know what is. So you can obtain information about what this thing is. It sounds a little bit strange, right?
To someone who is not used to these things, yes, it can sound
Yes.
even
And there are thousands
scary.
of examples that you're going to be like, wow, because they are official military missions with the usage of remote viewing. For example, the United States diplomatic hostages in Tehran, Iran, in 79. A lot of American diplomats were taken hostage in Iran, in Tehran, in the US embassy. So the whole mission was developed in something like maybe 300, a little bit more than 300 remote viewing sessions from this operative military remote viewers. Let me call it this way. Let me call it this way. Today is not secret. I think it will be very impossible to count all the story now today in your program. But if the people is interested about the history of remote viewing, they can search anywhere in the internet the Stargate program.
Okay, so we have clarified anyone can do this practice, or
Yes.
yes. And secondly, it used to be a military tool, and now it's open to everyone.
Yes, it's absolutely open to everyone. It's something in development. It's not secret anymore. It's free, it's open source. Everybody can practice remote viewing now, today, if you want. Anybody can be taught.
This is also at the same time a beautiful information. But yet you think, wow, so anyone can spy on me as well. So whatever I think
No, it's not about
whatever I do,
spying. Anyone who practices yoga can spy on you during a meditation. It's the same thing.
Yes,
Nobody
but,
can spy
it's a
you.
human thought, because immediately you think, wow, so anyone can actually find out, if they want to, what are my actions, my thoughts, in some way.
If somebody wants to spy you, this is something very complicated to be understood by people who don't know how remote viewing works. But we have strict rules in Bulgaria. In this organization, Bulgarian Remote Viewing Society, we have very strict rules of how are we going to use remote viewing, because we have participated in a lot of real missions.
Can you tell us
And
some of
sometimes
these rules?
people call us for help, and for different topics, but we have rules. For example, we don't intervene in nothing related to the national security of the country. Only by signing a special declaration, we intervene in cases of missing people. We have to be in contact with the family, for example, because we can do a lot with remote viewing. But if we don't have nobody on field, tell me how are we going to help? We need to have people on field to search. It's very powerful as tool for discovering things. The here down in our logo it says where it's impossible with other things. When you get to a situation that it's impossible, you go through remote viewing. Remote viewing was created as a tool to complete the already existing intelligence information. We need previous information to work effectively with remote viewing. We don't work like yes, in some cases, because people is very interested in things like what's happening on Mars, some underground bases, reptilians, extraterrestrials. For us in the Bulgarian Remote Viewing Society, we want to take it more scientifically. We don't introduce ourselves too much in these mysteries and esoteric questions, but it can be used, and it's very interesting because you have 20 people, 20 people that they don't know the target. They don't know nothing about the target, just 8 numbers. They don't have information about the target. And then you start see how 13 or 15 from these 20 people are obtaining the same information, and you were like, wow, something has to be true. The last time this was the so-called object on the Mars moon called Phobos. This is the bigger moon of Mars. It's actually an asteroid. And if you search pictures of Phobos in NASA pictures, from the satellites, you will see a very strange structure. It's huge, a few kilometers high, the structure, and it's very rectifiable. It's like what? Like nothing is in nature. Almost nothing has 90-degree angles, So we took it as target, like to train the protocol, to train the remote viewing protocol. And this story was very interesting because our viewers discovered that this structure is artificial. The most of them.
Okay.
This
so
structure,
what happens?
this structure they discovered, it was like part of some old civilization. They discovered water underground, and they discovered some kind of very strange symbols in this structure. Nobody sees this structure like something natural. Everybody sees it like something artificial. We don't know if it's man-made, but it's intelligence. Some kind of intelligence made it. The same thing in Romania. Romania is a very magical country. Romania, Bulgaria, Greece, this European part of Turkey, for example. This is the crossway of all civilizations. We have so many things to discover. Romania is a magic country.
Somehow we all feel this inside, and we don't know
in the underground of
Romania.
Romania.
All of us, we know something about this. It's just with our physical senses, with our eyes, our ears, because we were not taught many things that now we are discovering. And
your physical body, you have to see your physical body like antenna. This is a quantum antenna. Your body can feel the same things that you can feel with your body, but from the distance. It's absolutely the same. If somebody asks you how it's possible, ask this mother that feels that something is happening to her son. 5,000 kilometers away, maybe in the United States, she knows something is happening with her son. How it's possible? It's interesting because there is a scientific data. You have to search for the interview. It's not an interview. It's a kind of interview. Ingo Swan made a very interesting speech in 1994 in the United Nations in New York. and he spoke about the scientific data. It's not something, it's not a lie, it's not speculation, it's scientific data that your body may have more than 17 senses, not five. Different kind of receptors can receive a different kind of information, you know. But the same thing that you can feel with your body, with your five, the so-called five sense or six sense, you can receive this the same thing from distance, and we can teach you how. It's very easy. The protocol, you can learn the remote viewing protocol just in 2 days. It's nothing from other planet, you know. It's perfectly possible.
Yeah, to you it looks like so simple, so natural, but you know, from outside, for someone who never heard about this, they could be quite skeptical. So what happens if you, for example, find some target, like you have mentioned another civilization that your remote viewers have found in some other place?
We directly
what
don't
happens
speak
when you
about
find
this.
information like this?
Nothing. We don't speak
Nothing
about
happens?
this. Maybe in some years, you know, from here to 20 years, somebody will write a book, for example.
Okay.
But believe me, there are things that it's better to not be disclosed.
I understand. What made you walk on this path of the remote viewing? How did this start for you as a co-founder? What was your
Yes,
starting
for
point?
me, it started in 2010. I was the first time I took classes about remote viewing. I took classes from an ex-Bulgarian Navy officer who was in the United States studying remote viewing in the army, you know, from army personnel. This was my first time in 2010. Then with the time and the practice, we develop an organization like it's natural, you know. And the Bulgarian Remote Viewing Society, this organization is operative 5 years ago. We have we have a big group, and then we have small group to we have now like 250 active remote viewers practicing remote viewing almost every week. And then our goal is to develop like another remote viewing society. My personal goal, is to develop remote viewing societies in the other Balkan countries, you know, because our region, we have this magical territory, but our people is very divided, you know. One thing I like very much is to unify the Balkans. I love very much our region and our culture. It's the same culture. Just the language is a little bit different, but you see in Bulgaria, Romania, Serbia, Greece is absolutely the same culture. We are the same people. So for me, it's something very beautiful. And I want the other countries from the Balkans to know about remote viewing and to develop their own remote viewing programs.
In how many countries are you teaching remote viewing right now? Because you are based in
Right now
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Only in Bulgaria right now, for now. Yes, we are starting in Spain. This is my first time.
So tell me, if one starts to practice the remote viewing, it comes to your classes in 2 days, it's learning probably the basis of this practice. During these years of experience, have you seen certain patterns? What do people struggle with usually, mainly, when they come to you to learn this practice? What is their biggest challenge?
This is mostly any kind of waked up people, you know, during this process of knowing what is the nature of reality, every spiritual problem you can have, the awakened people. We don't have no other mentality can be interested in things like remote viewing, for example, or yoga or meditation. So the first thing that the people think when they come to remote viewing class is how it works. It's absolutely normal, you know. And then in 2 days they're able to study and to begin working with the TRV, with the technical remote viewing protocol. And then we pass them through our training group in Facebook. We have a closed group only for people from the remote viewing classes. and this is the territory that they use to train remote viewing. It's absolutely trainable. It's like imagine you go to train karate, for example. It's the same thing. You train.
Mm-hmm.
It's a technical ability. It's created to be a technical ability based on natural abilities, but it's a technical ability. Everybody can be a remote viewer.
Mm-hmm. So,
It's very interesting, like because through remote viewing, you will know for sure a lot of new things about you. Because imagine you working on something that you don't know, you absolutely don't know, nothing, zero, you know. Then in the next 1 hour, you discover that your mind, it's non-local, the non-local nature of your mind. What it means, your mind. People think the most of the time people think your mind is inside your body or your head. When you speak about your mind or your consciousness, you do like this, you know, like my head. But there is no scientific data that your mind is in the exact place of existence of your consciousness. Is not your head, it's everywhere, it's not local. Then you will learn that you can be anywhere in any time, in a few places, maybe in 5 places at the same time.
mm-hmm.
This is the first thing you will see with remote viewing in day 1 of the course. And it's very wow. Sometimes the people is like, wow. You know, it's
So
they're
our
amazed because it's true. You will see how your mind can be in a place that you don't know, and you will obtain information about things that you don't know. We work with the concept of feedback. We always have information about the target. So you start doing remote viewing session, and at the end of the remote viewing session, we will show you the target. And this is the moment, the wow moment. You know, people get, what? Did I make this? How can I know this? And then it starts a process in your head.
Can you tell us how does a such situation, let's say I am your customer, so I'm coming to you and I'm saying, wow, I lost my dog, let's say. I lost my dog 1 week ago, is gone. What do I have to give you? Do I have to like show you a picture of my dog? Or what kind of
Nothing.
information would you ask me?
We don't need nothing. We will need just maybe you to write us a short text explaining the situation. In this day, blah blah blah. I lost my dog. Then the dog will be turned into a target, and then this target will be a blind target. The remote viewers will see only the numbers, the TRN, target reference numbers. They will not know about the dog. They never know the situation they're working in.
So they would
They will
see a
know it, but
number.
at the end of the remote viewing sessions, you know, and probably we're going to search not the dog, not the animal, but the surroundings of the animal. The most significant, for example, the most significant object nearby. This will be turned as target 2.
So you would give my dog a number, a reference number, and then you take this
Not to
number
your dog.
and you give this to the remote
Not to your
viewers.
dog. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Did
Take
I
it like
get
this.
this
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes. The remote viewers will see only the numbers, nothing more. They will see
Nothing
8
more.
numbers in a specific configuration.
So according to the number which they are given, they start to search the surroundings of the dog.
Yes, the situation of the dog, where the dog is exactly, how it looks, a lot of things can be said, you know. But in the case of missing people or animals, for example, uh, with dogs is a little bit more difficult because they're active. They don't stay in the same place. And when we do remote viewing sessions like this, we have participated in real missions with real missing people. With the police, with the national police involved, we have helped the national police in several cases like this. When the sessions turn the dynamic, it's a little bit more different, but we have to make more remote viewing sessions. You know, we don't start just with one, because imagine somebody's being kidnapped, and in many situations, the kidnapper they will not maintain the guy in the same place. They will move it to different places. You know, different locations. So we will search in every specific case. We will search for the best strategy to use remote viewing as a searching tool. In Bulgaria, we have developed the Bulgarian Remote Viewing Society. We developed the specific protocols for search and rescue for missing people or people who are escaping from law, people who are running from law.
Did you have many cases of missing people? And if you would have
Yes.
like a scale, yes, from 1 to 10, what is the percentage?
Maybe I can show you. Maybe I can show you some parts of. I will send you pictures. Maybe I will show you some parts of how the protocol looked like. It's very easy.
The protocol means the steps that you follow from
Yes,
receiving my
specific
request
steps.
until coming back with what the result has
No,
been.
the protocol, the so-called remote viewing protocol, is the process that during which we obtain specific kind of data. You know, we can obtain descriptors, like words who describe situation or things or persons, or we can obtain graphics also. I will show you. I promise.
All right, that is great, so that we can also share with those who are interested in this method. How many remote viewers are working on a case, let's say?
It depends. I don't. I can't tell you exact number. You know, we have 200 people in the group. I don't know. Every case is specific. Maybe you can. The advanced viewers, they feel it, the situation. You know, when they see because we give just the coordinates. We give just the numbers in the group. When they see the coordinates, they feel like if I am going to participate or not. So it doesn't exist exact number of viewers that can participate in a single project. But if it's something big or something very important, we can also mobilize people, you know.
So basically, the remote viewers are a type of do-gooders to others. This is your purpose, to help
We
others.
should be, of course, yes. Yes, we should be. This is the way we should be. Because remote viewing can be used in so many speculative ways, you know. And this is part of our rules too in Bulgaria. We don't use remote viewing to speculate with human emotions, for example. This is why if somebody wants us to intervene in some case, he have to sign a specific declaration. In this declaration, he or she, they will see the way that the method works. And we always say, if you don't have somebody to search on field, don't use remote viewing. Because you will obtain information, but you have to use it somehow.
So you need also someone to physically go there and search that.
Yes, we never speak about the future. For example, this is our politic, you know, our Bulgarian way of doing it. We don't speak about the future. The future is a very specific thing. People think that the future is fixed, but it's not fixed. You have many futures at the same time. It depends on what. But this is one of the way that other people speculate with remote viewing, you know. We're trying not to. Our people never do this. We don't take money for do remote viewing sessions. This is another rule.
So it is already difficult to visualize something that is not near you and you don't know even what you are searching for. But now you have mentioned you can actually see this in the future, which is already even more advanced. So how do you distinguish between trained perception and imagination?
Well, this is the specific now the specific things in the protocol of remote viewing. The military, they develop it this way. You know, you have specific process in your mind that you have to follow. You know, and doing this during this following of those process, you know where you can be mistaken in the information. There are ways, and not only one, to know if you are obtaining true information or false information. This is now very specific in the remote viewing protocol. You have to pass through the course to know it. We have several concepts. One of this concept is the so-called AOL, the analytical overlay. This is the situation when your brain knows that it's searching for something, but actually you don't know what the thing is. So your brain will start to your brain will want to make you see things to explain yourself this unknown thing you're searching. And during these situations in the remote viewing protocol, we have a specific step to mark it.
Is doubt an obstacle to a remote viewer?
It's better, even better, because you have the protocol, you follow the protocol. This is the protocol. If you follow the protocol, it doesn't matter if you believe, don't believe, you just follow the protocol.
So you are teaching
remote viewing as technique is very far away from any kind of believings. It doesn't care if you are Christian, Muslim, if you believe in something, you don't believe. This is just a mental process. Your human mind, even your biological, call it biological human mind, it's just connected to the.
So there is no dogma, there is no affiliation with something political or something military.
No, nothing.
Religious.
One of the very good things about remote viewing is it's impossible to have ideology. Nobody has ideology in remote viewing.
That is great. Is this an organization, the Remote Viewing Society? Is this like an official organization?
Yes, we operate as an official organization in Bulgaria. We do courses, seminars, we go on televisions, podcasts,
What has remote viewing been teaching you about the limits of the rational mind?
I will tell you something that is really what I think about the rational mind in every kind of mind. It's consciousness. The consciousness doesn't have limits. The only limit is the idea that maybe you can think that there is a limit. There is no limit.
What is consciousness? Is our mind part of the consciousness? Do we generate consciousness or do we access it? In your
Personally,
perception?
I believe our mind is consciousness. Our body is part of our consciousness. Our experiences are part of our consciousness. We are consciousness. It's not something separated from us or that something that we have to search for. We are consciousness.
Can you share with us a case, like from the beginning to the end, one of your cases that
one of our
clear?
Well, we have so many, but one of the recent cases, I think I sent you something, and I sent this case also to colleagues in the United States. This was a person who is part of our organization. He's a very famous Bulgarian lawyer. He's a very famous guy. I will not mention his name. And his life was in danger, real danger. He discovered that people are trying to make like attacks. And he called us and he told me personally the story. And he told me not to discover his name, but to work as he was any person. It can be any guy. We start to do remote viewing sessions about the perpetrator, and parallelly we do another remote viewing sessions to see what was the situation in specific moment during this process. So we finally discovered that his suspicions was right. We discovered how the person that was perpetrating the attempts of the attacks looked like. And we knew it because we discovered his profession. And his profession was related very much with a guy who was going to the house of our colleague a lot of times, And finally we discovered this guy was a priest, Orthodox priest. And we discovered the guy. You have the pictures, you have the file in English, so you can understand approximately how it was. But the case was just wow. because this was real situation with real person in real danger, and we discovered it.
When you say he was in danger, how was he in danger? Did he mention to you what did he mention
his
to you?
life was in direct danger.
Exactly.
They were trying to kill him.
All right.
Yes.
And how many remote viewers?
Another very
how many people worked on this case?
6 people.
6 people.
6 of us.
So do each one of them come with certain perspectives, and then you would take each result and compare? What
We
would you
fix
do?
the information. You know, when you do remote viewing sessions, there is a way. You have to know exactly what you want to search, because the so-called matrix, you know, the collective consciousness, it's the most intelligent thing you can imagine on earth. So in first place, you have to fix exactly what do you need to ask the matrix. So this will be like the subject of your remote viewing session. So we wanted to discover information that it was going to be recognizable for him, not for us, because he is the person in danger, and he was suspicious about a few people, and we just helped him by his own information, without his knowledge, to discover who's the guy, who's the perpetrator, and they catched it. Yes.
This really
Another
sounds
case like this,
out of this world.
Yes, we have in one many cases, but the one very specific case. Another member of our organization, she's an active police officer. So she called us one day and told us about the case, and we were able to discover information and help the police with the assassination case. A woman who was killed by his own son, and the body was in different parts of a very big perimeter, you know. So when the other police officer, when they saw information from the remote viewing sessions, they was thinking about these guys, somebody's revealing them police secret. It was not true. Only remote viewing. We helped with the development of this case. This was like 6 or 7 months without results, so we was able to help our own police.
Absolutely amazing. So they came to you, they told you about an assassination case. What did you discover exactly? Who did it, or where is this person?
Look, at the end, we discover the very specific thing in the face of the perpetrator, and it was his son. It was the son of this poor woman. In the remote viewing sessions, a few of our guys were like with pain here, just in a specific part of the head, pain, you know. Remember, your body is a quantum antenna. When you connect this way to something and you start obtaining information, you will obtain all kinds of information, including emotions. So we have a specific way to discover, and then to let these emotions, which are not our own emotions, go. It's very important. A few of our guys was finally with pain here in the head, and then we discovered that excuse me, the head was broken with the object here. Like, this is the way she died, actually.
So a remote viewer has received this case. They get a number. Take this number and find out all the related information. So what they do after this? They would go and focus.
Wow, because we discovered all the information, how the place looked. We discovered the way that the perpetrator was going through, where he was hiding parts of the body, how it looks like the village, where the river is, where specific points to find the body were, you know. We discovered absolutely everything.
So each remote
when
viewer,
the case is real, you know, I don't know why, but for example, if we want to search what is behind this rock on Mars, or to see what the reptilians are doing underground. The matrix, the information from the matrix works one way when it's curiosity. But when you need, when it's something real, you're working in the case with missing people, with somebody who is maybe dead, and his family need help. When it's something real, the information from the matrix is like, it's very powerful. It works almost differently. When it's we make difference between when the case is curiosity or when it's something you need to.
So each one of those who have been working on this case has come with certain information. So from what I understand, some have sensation in their body. That is because they have connected
Yes.
to that person,
Yes.
even though they were given just a number of a case. So they don't know
Yes,
who
yes,
is
just
this
a number.
person
They didn't know
and
nothing. Just
what
8
happens
numbers.
there.
Yes.
So they come with sensation, physical sensation in the body. You have mentioned headache, and others can do what, like a drawing or visualization?
No,
What other
it's a
ways?
combination. The protocol includes everything.
What is everything?
Everything is drawings, graphics, words, everything.
They can come with
Different type
information
of
in any
information
way.
that includes, yes, it's a different kinds of information. It's a specific data, different type of data, which in combination will give you the entire target. It's almost never at 100%, but in many cases, it's like, wow, what just happened?
When you say antenna, that means as a practitioner, I am connecting to the energy of this number that you gave me, or with a
We never
consciousness
think
of
this
it, with
way.
a field of
No,
information.
no,
With what am I
we never
connecting?
think this way. One of the rules in technical remote viewing is not to think like this. We don't think like this. We just do the protocol. We do pam, 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 the protocol. We never think. We never believe. We just want information. If you follow the protocols, you will obtain information.
How important is
We,
it to
we,
be
we look the
neutral?
target like data. We don't need to believe or we don't need to imagine nothing. We just follow the protocols.
What is the importance of being neutral? To don't have information firsthand about a case, or to know about a case already and that you are emotionally involved. If I am emotionally involved in this case, can I still practice the remote viewing session?
Yes, you can practice. It's possible. Yes, this is the front load regime with information, sometimes with full information about the target. But your brain will start to maybe cover things with information that it not is. So this is for advanced remote viewers. In any case, there are people who like to work with the front load regime, with all the information about the target. And then you have the most of the people of the remote viewers. They work in blind regime. It's better. I think it's better the blind regime. You never know the target. You know the target after the remote viewing session.
Could you share some advices or tips for beginners, for someone who heard about remote viewing today? What is your advice for them? What can they do today?
One day I knew that I like bikes. When you like something, you just have to do it. You don't know. You will never know if it's for you, if it's not for you. You have to do it. If you feel that you want to learn remote viewing, you come and you learn remote viewing. This is my advice. If you like something, if you're interested, if your interest is taken by something, you just try. It's nothing different like driving a car maybe. It's a mental technique. It's nothing. It's not magic. It's mental technique. It's the human ability to use your consciousness, maybe different way, but it's very interesting. And If somebody decides is to learn remote viewing, just go and learn remote viewing. Don't think about it. If you think, I don't know, we are very technical here. Boom, boom, boom. When we like something, we go and we do it.
I'm going to ask you something which is maybe more personal. How did your friends, people who know you, your family, what was their reaction when you told them, hey, I'm interested in remote viewing, so I'm passionate about this, I'm going to do this?
Well, the people who know what remote viewing is, they know that I am doing remote viewing. But the most of the people in my, I don't know, the most of the people I know, they don't know that I do remote viewing. It's not, I don't know, for me, it's not necessary to speak about that I am remote viewing trainer, you know. If you want to, we have website, you know, you go to bulgarianremoteviewing.com and everybody who want to see something, you can see something. People from my surroundings, yes, they know, but not everybody. You know, it's not a topic to speak with everyone. You know why? Because they will always want you to show. You have to show that you know, I do remote viewing. Let me show you something, and you have to be showing something all the day, every day. In the first 5 years, maybe it's okay, but we're now a lot of years involved in remote viewing, and it's not interesting anymore to show everybody, you know, what remote viewing is. Now it's reverse, you know, when somebody's interesting, they come and they learn remote viewing.
All right. So thank you so much, Petko. It has been a really beautiful conversation, and very you have been very open about this and really clear.
Nothing to hide, you know, nothing to hide. Please, guys, believe me, remote viewing, when you hear remote, it's not magic. It's something you can learn. It's a technical ability. It's not, you know, to learn yoga, it's 1 million times difficult. You know, remote viewing, it's something you can learn fast, and it's very interesting. It's something that you can practice every day. It's something that will put your mind, you will discover a lot of new things about yourself, believe me. It's very okay to learn remote viewing.
So you can do this as a hobby. It doesn't have to be a full day practice. You can do this.
It is a hobby.
How often
actually,
do
it's
you
like
practice it? Is there any rule
me.
about this?
Anytime when somebody puts some target in the group, we practice. You know.
And as a remote viewer, you practice it when you feel like. You don't have like a protocol, like you have to practice
Yes, maybe
every day.
sometime in my life, in the things I do outside the Bulgarian Remote Viewing Society, I don't need to do remote viewing. But many times, yes, I practice remote viewing because I want to help somebody. You know, some colleague from the Remote Viewing Society maybe ask me. As a trainer, I practice remote viewing very often because I am a professional instructor. So I have to, I make courses, you know, seminars. I'm very often speaking about remote viewing and teaching people remote viewing.
All right. So thank you, Petko. It has been a wonderful interview. And we are also inviting the audience, if this has sparkled a bit of curiosity inside you and you are thinking to try this, come and meet Petko live in Poiana, Brașov. We have our Exploring Consciousness events during April 17th to 19th of April. Come and meet Petko live and find out more interesting things and see if you maybe resonate with this technique and you'd like to take it forward.
Thank you.
Conversations like these are the reason why Exploring Consciousness exists, to bring together approaches to awareness and human potential in a more responsible and grounded way. So if this conversation has brought curiosity into your mind, do join us, come and be a part of our community and join us in our event in April in Poiana, Brașov. 17 to 19th of April 2026 at Hotel Alpine in Poiana, Brașov. See you there.